Thank you so much for making the time to come together to remember and celebrate the life of our dear friend and former Executive Director, Dick, or Dr. K as he was known to many. We recognise that several of you have made an extra special effort to be with us this evening, and we sincerely thank you for your support. The Spring Heads Institute that starts tomorrow was to be Dick's last gig. We had planned to give him a rearing send-off, a chance to celebrate amongst friends one last time, in reverent and not so reverent ways, for his over 20 years of service to our organisation. Unfortunately, our plans to roast and toast Dick were not to be. Nevertheless, the ERCOS board decided to ensure that Dick's life and service would be celebrated to the fullest. Therefore today, this opportunity to reminisce, reflect, and show appreciation for the amazing legacy Dick has left us and the world of international education. I thought we would begin our celebration by sharing a little about Dick's life. Many of us have vivid memories of Dick's infectious love of life, his boundless energy, and his incredible ability to connect and remember names. But as an incredibly humble man, he shared very little of his backstory. Dick's life history gives insights into his amazing courage, resilience, and belief in servant leadership. He was born in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, to a family of Hungarian origin, and he worked tenaciously to take a different path from that of most boys of his age and background. As a result, Dick won a football scholarship and became the only child in his family to go to college. He earned his bachelor's and then his master's degree from the University of Wyoming, and later, when working in international school administration, he carved out the time to earn his doctorate from the University of Florida. Dick's sense of adventure led to his first international post in Afghanistan in 1972, where he served as K-12 principal at the American International School of Kabul. Subsequently, his commitment to international education resulted in director and head of school positions at the American Community School Amman, Jordan, Damascus Community School, Syria, and ISKL in Kuala Lumpur. Dick's unswerving belief in serving others led to a highly successful term as ERCOS board chair before becoming ERCOS executive director for the first time in 1996. Midway through his tenure with ERCOS, he served in a dual role as executive director for the advancement of international education, that's AIE. Testimony to his energy and deep commitment to the cause, as he fondly referred to a world of international education. After a short spell in the US, Dick returned to head our organization in 2005 and steadfastly worked to develop it into the organization that we have today. Throughout this period, he constantly gave others praise and credit for ERCOS's successes and his enviable financial position. He also intentionally deflected merited acclaim away from himself, but we all recognized who was captain of the ship, and we were grateful for Dick's legendary, thrifty approach. Dick and his loving wife Sherry, who has always been on hand to help ERCOS, were married for 49 years. Their two children, Morgan and Josh, both joined the cause and are teaching at international schools in Sri Lanka and Beijing, respectively. Their grandchildren, Araya and Troy, are international school students. Dick's remarkable life is, however, more than a list of accomplishments. We celebrate him as the ultimate connector of people, a mentor, an energizer, and a genuine, wonderful human being with a big heart, his own unique and irreparable style, and a person that simply lived life to the full. He had the most amazing ability to remember names, to recall what was happening in schools and people's lives, and to be a guiding hand or a voice at the end of the phone when advice was needed. Big school, small school, presenter or exhibitor, it didn't matter. Dick was there in the hotel lobby, making sure that you were welcomed to the Ercos family. And very early in the morning, at the start of each conference, Dick was out there once again with his infamous bell, calling the Ercos family to order. One of my first memories of Dr. K was during his stint as Ercos board chair. He and his good mate and fellow board member, Stuart Young, from the Canadian Academy, Kobe, would do a dual act at the end of each leadership conference. It took the form of after-dinner entertainment. Light-hearted banter, at times a touch risque, very often a witty stream of consciousness, and very usually in drag. Its appeal was that you never quite knew what was coming next. Apparently, nothing was planned ahead of time, yet the connection and chemistry between the two board colleagues were evident. The improvisation was accomplished, the repartee hilarious, and true to the spirit of the Ercos family, comments made somehow managed to include references to all attending heads of school. But most memorable of all was Dick's infectious, wide smile and twinkling eyes that lit up the room. Those eyes were still twinkling when I last saw him in February in San Francisco. Dear colleagues, let's make the most of this opportunity to celebrate Dick's life and his legacy to Ercos. Let's also pick up the baton that Dick has entrusted to us and continuing furthering the cause that he held dear. Dick, may you rest in peace. I'd now like to hand back to our entertainers who are going to play Pavan by